Okay, guys, as we can see, we have the alt season continuing at the moment, and we still have the Bitcoin dominance dropping pretty hard. Today, I'm going to speak about where I think the Bitcoin dominance is going, and obviously, we're going to speak about the last chance of a lot of entries on altcoins, guys. We're getting to the point where things are speeding up fast, and you got to remember what the cycles and how they actually work. A lot of tokens take their time, to start the cycle off, and then they start to speed up. And when we start to speed up, we're getting to a point of having Bitcoin, around the $43,000 zone, coming all the way from, the early 20,000s throughout this year. And I have a lot of altcoins that are starting to catch up. We saw Ethereum start to wake up yesterday. We have Ethereum sitting at the regions of the $2,400 mark. So we're going to speak about, this next resistance here, which is at 2,500 on ETH. We get through that, guys, we are looking at a $3,500 Ethereum. So what you're starting to see now is you're starting to see a big acceleration with many of these tokens. And we're going to speak about what's the last chance on some of these tokens that are still breaking the trends now. And then we're going to fight the next battle. The next battle is start to put on your take profit hats, guys, at some point in the next few weeks where we do have that dominance retrace to the levels that we want. It is time to bank a whole bunch of cash and then to start preparing for the next leg that can possibly take us into the all-time high season. So, guys, exciting times. I see we have up to 2,000 people live already. Going to be a massive, massive, massive show. No more wasting time, guys. Merry Christmas to you all, by the way. If I never said Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. I hope you had a great time with your family. No more wasting time. Let's get into the show. How are we doing? Pop in the chats there. How are we doing, guys? Say what's up. I see we got many people. We got Thomas Peterson over here. We got many people saying Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, guys. Hope you had a blessed time with your family. And just, again, we're trying to work our butts off to make money. Who are we doing that for? And it's just nice to sit and have time with the family again. So I hope you guys have had a really great holiday. I want to ask you a big question, okay? Right now, we are at the stage of a bull market party, right? So right now, this party is going on. We'll have a look over here. We can see many of the greenness coming in. We're at a bull market party. There's no doubt about it. We've gone back into bull market territories. And again, guys, the bull market's going to work in two major legs. You got the first one that gets us to the all-time high sort of territories with a lot of tokens. And then you have a little cool off. And then you have the all-time high break. And that's going to be quite tough because you don't have much data, right? When all these coins are just going absolutely crazy. And we saw it with a lot of these tokens as the injective and all these sort of things. So I'm so grateful, firstly, for, being through a previous bull market, going through a bear market in the sideways phase. It really put my head together of how we're going to track this and how we're going to take a lot of profits going up on to the tops and then getting the next buys for the all-time high break. So I'm very grateful for the experience, and you guys should be too. But we are at a bull market party. And I got a question to ask you guys, and we can actually run a poll over here. There's three different types, I would say, okay? I want to ask you guys what you are at the party right now. Are you sober? Have you just arrived to crypto and you want to make money? That's the first one. Are you sober, right? Then you have the next one. Are you tipsy? Are you starting to make some gains again? Are you starting to get to a point of either recovering or getting close to being recovered of your portfolio and even slightly going in profits? Are you tipsy? That's the question. And then I want to ask the third one. Who's drunk? Who's making more money than what they've seen in their life? Like, who's absolutely smashing it out there? I just want to see where you guys are at. Can we drop the poll? And answer that in the meanwhile while I jump into the content. Okay, guys, a few quick things over here. Remember to use Banter Bubbles. So Banter Bubbles, one of the best tools out there to track. Again, you got Bitcoin making a little bit of moves. And if we have a look here, slowly going up on the couple 1 hour charts over here. And you could see, again, just jumping on over here, you can see what's outperforming, guys. And I actually want to have a look here to see if I do have my right settings on here. This is to Bitcoin. So you see what I've done. This is the smart way to work in crypto, guys, is you go here to your currency selection and you put it to Bitcoin. And again, you can see that how many coins right now are outperforming Bitcoin. And we're really starting to see altcoins move. So guys, get Banter Bubbles. It's the best tool that you can use to see what's moving on the daily, on the weekly, on the monthly. And it's going to help you find tokens of what to trade or what to go look at, especially when you see their strength. Why is a coin stronger than Bitcoin right now? What's happening? You know what I mean? And this will help you a lot with that. And then the next thing, guys, is go below the video and join Sniper School. Sniper School now is, we got the next cohort cohort coming up in January, guys. Very, very, very big cohort. We have a lot of people flowing in, but there's a few spots still available. In order to get in, you just register. So you click on this link below. You go right below over here, and you see the life-changing money with Sniper School, and you click on that link and you register with your email. And then they send you an email on how to get in, and you get Sniper School for free, guys. So what you do is you open an exchange account, which they will give there for you guys. And then off of that, you put in $100, you deposit $100. That's yours, guys. You get to trade with. And I show you guys how to trade and get the nerves if you haven't started out there. But this will give you everything that you need to master it, guys. It's a little bit of my story of how I got through it. You guys have always known I'm not a technical TA trader. I use trend lines. I use very simple things. I don't believe in complicating things. I believe in finding things that are simple and achievable for you to dominate those markets. And here's all the things that you can learn. So go below and join Sniper School if you have not educated yourself. Okay, guys, again, quickly showing you this chart just to update you again. We do have this massive trend line over here. You know, the previous bull market's territory trend line, which we are still slightly below. And if you have a look as well, we got a whole bunch of resistance on Bitcoin. So right now, we mustn't think too much further than 48,000. As much as we want to, we got to know that at some point here, we could have this little couple week pullback. And all we are waiting for is a catch up from the altcoins. So seeing the whole restart of Bitcoin over here, the cycle started with Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin's starting to slow down. And when it starts to slow down, you start to see the Ethereum drop. And I want to, not the Ethereum, the Bitcoin dominance drop. And therefore now you're starting to get a catch up from a lot of the altcoins. Let's actually get this dominance over here quickly. Let's see where it's at. There we go. Okay, so now you're starting to get the dominance catch up. So we're starting to get the next phase of the market now where altcoins start to rise with Bitcoin. And then what happens, guys, is a whole market correction. At some point, you know, you got to understand that right now you have tons of people FOMOing in and tons of people are making money right now. So that's the big thing you got to understand is the market is giving money right now. And a lot of people are making. And a lot of people are not too experienced in this game. So they putting in a ton of leverage and things like that. So now that we're going into the second phase of this current pump, it is a TP phase for me. It's a phase of where altcoins really rally up quickly now. They catch up really fast. And then I do think there's a cool down going into the possible halving. I don't think, you know, usually we pump after the halving. This one, I do think will pump possibly before, but I do think there's a little break to come. And the only thing that will change that for me, guys, and this is why I'm not afraid to take much profits on altcoins at this area, especially when Bitcoin makes its way to the 46 to 48,000. It's because there may be a possibility that Bitcoin breaks through it, right? Obviously, if it breaks through it, guys, we can be at 60, 70,000 by February, which will be insane. But what will happen then is you will have the dominance go up. So at some point, this dominance is going to bounce. Okay. So right now you got alt season time, altcoins are rallying, but at some point this will bounce. And the question on that bounce will be, is it that pullback of Bitcoin? Is it where Bitcoin decides to go down, or is it for Bitcoin to continue to rally up? You know, that's the question. But nonetheless, it's still a smart idea to take profits on some of the life-changing altcoins and the gains that you've made. The reason being is if Bitcoin does decide to break this high over here, it will probably go solo, guys. So what it will do is, because now think about it, you had the Bitcoin rise, Bitcoin rose up, and a lot of alts rose with it. But then money got distributed out of Bitcoin and started to send the altcoins. Now you're getting to a point where the altcoins, the money going into the altcoins from Bitcoin will also get exhausted, and eventually it will go back into Bitcoin. And that's the question now, is when that happens, your altcoins are going to sit flat, even if Bitcoin decides to pop and continue to go through, which gives you a bit more time to know that if Bitcoin breaks through this, it will also have a rejection at some point, and then the alt season will continue. So don't be afraid at any moment over here. It's just a really big thing. Before I jump into all the charts, guys, don't be afraid to take some life-changing or some really good profits, especially if you've been ripping it and killing it on this next push. I'm going to focus a lot today on some altcoins that I still think have a chance of making you really, really good money. And I'm going to speak slightly about, you know, take profit points. And I'm doing a show not tomorrow, but I'm doing one on Saturday. And it is going to be a very much take profit based show, so we can see, you know, where are we going to take profits on these things. I want you guys just to stay level headed out there and know that this is not the end. Okay, it's not the end. There will be a market cool down. So don't be afraid to bank a whole bunch of cash. You are going to have to sit on it for maybe 4 to 6 weeks. And then we redeploy in. So always remember that, guys. Stay humble out there and just know that you are not a genius right now. The market is giving you money. And that's a very important thing to understand. Okay, so that's still my plan, guys. I zoom in on Bitcoin at the moment, and I still see Bitcoin making its way slightly higher. It's slowing down slightly here, building a flag. I do still see the push to 46 to 48,000. And that's where I'm really focusing on, the possible TP points. Guys, let's quickly speak about dominance. So what I think is going to happen, I think we're going to see either the continuation this week or next week. I think we're going to see a mega downside Bitcoin dominance candle. Okay. And again, you got to look at dominance being slow bleed and then acceleration. Okay. And you could see over here, let's just have a look quickly on the left here. Slow bleed acceleration. Okay. Slow bleed acceleration. So again, looking at this now, I'm looking at this accelerating pretty quick, and I'm seeing money get distributed to altcoins pretty fast. And my target at the moment is actually over here, guys. I'm looking at dominance come down here, which means we're looking at probably the biggest alt surge to Bitcoin that we've seen in a very long time, going all the way back to 2022, where we actually had that really big candle that happened over there. So I'm seeing that fast candle come, and I'm looking at my targets around 49 to 48%, okay, which means, guys, it means the market can accelerate very fast, which means lots of money to be made, but also a lot of money to be trapped if you buy late. Very important. So it's that fast phase. And then again, I'm looking at the bounce coming in. So I see that we lost the support yesterday, and I still see this going down. Okay. And then last thing here before I jump in is we spoke about the USDT dominance chart, and this is agreeing with us that there's a little bit of support here, but this should continue down. And this means people getting out of the dollar and getting back into the market. So this, I'm still seeing more downside over here. This one, I'm not 100% sure we're going to bounce here. I think we're going to bounce at this one, but nonetheless, we are looking at more people getting out of USDT and into the market, more acceleration. So that's really good. And then obviously the total 3, guys, I don't see much resistance, and I don't see it stopping. I see, you will have days of 2, 3, 4 days green, and then you'll have 2 days red, but nonetheless, your legs to the upside are a lot bigger than your legs to the downside. And there's not much resistance on the weekly over here to stop it right now. If it did decide to slow down slightly, maybe there's a pullback that happens now over the next 2, 3 days, it would be a pullback for another push. Okay, so that would be the only scenario. If I had to see a little bit of a big pullback of 10, 20% that just comes out of nowhere now, it would actually be the perfect buy the retest for the push to the upside. Okay, so for anyone that's sober at the party, this would be the ideal play for you if it comes in here to load up on more of those alts, okay? But nonetheless, right now looking, this should continue all the way up to this area. It'll be very interesting to see if we break that area. Again, you don't know what's going to happen this bull market, but I do think they're going to play slightly something different when it comes to time. Let's quickly have a quick update on this altcoin index and see where we're at the moment. So if we look here, we're nearly in alt season. Remember, if you enter this line, so go here to this blockchaincenter.net, it just uses as an indication, right? It uses an indication of, where the market's at the moment. When this gets into alt season territory, you're late. Okay, so a lot of people think alt season start here. No. Alt season started on the build up to alt season, not when it's already in alt season. This is your period of, if you go look back at all the times that are crossed through here, the perfect times to actually TP out of some of your major altcoins. And you know what? And I actually just want to explain this to you. The way it works with me is I'm not getting out of the market, guys. I'm just banking a ton of Bitcoin. Like, I'm banking a ton of Bitcoin, ton of Ethereum, and I am going to keep some USDT as well, at least 30, 40%. So whatever profits I'm taking now, I'm not getting out of the market. I'm just securing the Bitcoin because, again, we got the 2 plays that come out here. Guys, this is important. People think we got to exit the market. You don't have to exit the market. You got to jump to the safest asset that you want in crypto. And for me, that is Bitcoin, that is Ethereum, that's USDT. These are the ones that I'm splitting it out. But again, the reason why I don't want to get out of the market is I know we're going up here, and I know there's a down season coming. Okay, if it happens, if this happens, I want to be in the safest asset. And for me, that's Bitcoin, because if we pull back from 48,000 all the way to 38,000, what do you think is going to hold the best? What do you think altcoins are going to do when that happens? Because if you have a correction, let's just have a look at the percentage of what this could mean. If we go down to the percentage of that, you're looking at 20 to 25% of a Bitcoin pullback. What does that mean for altcoins? This could easily mean up to 30, 40, 50% within some of the altcoins, especially the one that's done big. Okay, so that's the one scenario. So I want to be in the safest asset that drops the least, but I don't want to get out of the market. Why don't I want to get out of the market? Because if this decides to break through it, what's going to happen? dominance is going to go up, right? And if dominance goes up, I'm catching the Bitcoin pump. So all of a sudden, Bitcoin decides to rampage to 60K. I'm still in the market. Okay, so when I say this take profit thing, guys, it doesn't mean get out and just sit on a bunch of dollars now. It just means jump to the safer assets and prepare for the pullback. And also the best scenario is you're still in the market for the actual pump to come. What are the results of the party?
So we have got 24% stone cold sober.
Sober. Okay, some people sober. Okay, 20% sober.
60%
are tipsy. 60% are tipsy.
And 16% are drunk.
16% are drunk. Okay, so some guys have made a killing. I like the tipsy one. That's good. That's a really high percentage of people actually coming back to life and making some money, right? Getting back, either recovering or getting back to recovery. It feels great, right? It's been a really hard journey. Okay, let's jump in here, guys. So right now, we've got Bitcoin still hovering at this area. I do think there might be this play that can happen out now in the next few hours, where it's this little bit of this 1 hour inverse head and shoulders. So it was nice to see Bitcoin bounce back from the 41,000 and get back to nearly 43,000. But now we're sort of hovering here at this area. All that we want Bitcoin to do right now, guys, is to hold this 41, 42 and just keep trending sideways. Okay, if it decides to obviously pump and the dominance continues to go down, that's the best Christmas scenario, we could look at. But right now, I'm just focused on Bitcoin not losing the 40,000, 41,000, just holding this green box over here and just going side, just so that we know that there's no 30% sort of correction. We saw yesterday we had this little trend, we've broken out, and we actually stopped at this high over here. And that's why I'm thinking maybe that we are actually forming the right shoulder over here and we are forming this pattern. So what I'm focused on now is, if you actually have a look here, this is the right shoulder that I'm expecting to actually start to make its way to the upside. Again, as soon as Bitcoin can get above the highs of the 44,500, we'll see the acceleration. But for now, it's hovering and it's doing pretty good and giving time for the dominance to make its way to the downside. One thing you do just want to have a look at here, if you want to track this, that's the pattern that I'm seeing, and there's the trend line that I'm seeing there too. So it's basically indicating a little bit, another 3-4 hours of possibly sideways. If we hold this low here, we should break out and push to the upside. And it's very interesting to see what this dominance does if that happens. So you guys can see on short time frame, dominance is coming down pretty hard at the moment. And every time we are getting a Bitcoin pullback, like here, small little one, then you can all of a sudden you could see that the dominance is going up. So what does it mean right now? It means that when Bitcoin's going up, dominance is coming down, altcoins are rampaging. And then the other way around, if Bitcoin starts to go down, okay, the dominance is going up, which means the alts will pull back more aggressively. So it just, again, comes down to the timing of them. But it's full alt market at the moment. So this is going to the downside. Let's speak about a few of these tokens here quickly. So the first one is obviously Ethereum to Bitcoin. We spoke about this trend 2 days ago. There's the breakout over there. So finally, Ethereum joining the party. We've been waiting for Ethereum for a while, right? But that's joined the party now. And now I'm looking at this push its way up. I don't think it's going to stop here. We've got a little bit of resistance, but I'm looking at this push up to this major trend line. And I'm actually looking at us break that trend line, especially if this dominance is going to continue and give us this big leg to the downside. Now, this is very interesting, right? Because we've been speaking about, Ethereum for a while, and it's been lagging, but this is a solid, nice green candle on the weekly that's forming. And the last 4 weeks of where they brought price down to Bitcoin got erased in the matter of 1 week, guys. So right now we have a really strong reversal play on the weekly of Ethereum to Bitcoin, meaning that Bitcoin money from Bitcoin is going to flow into Ethereum. And I'm waiting to see if we break this trend. I think we're gonna. I'm like 60% sure at the moment on my side, my own personal opinion of it. But at some point I see us breaking this and really rampaging up. So again, this is such a great time to know that you are still in alts before Ethereum's even come to life. But let's now jump into Ethereum and let's go see what's happening with Ethereum. So Ethereum exploded yesterday. We spoke about this over here. In these areas, we literally spoke about it at 2,300, and now we're sitting close to the $2,400 sort of mark. We have broken that recent high, which I do like. We've broken that recent high over there. So what I'm doing is I'm tracking a little flag on ETH here. I think it's going to form a flag where it will hover here slightly for a little bit. And then I do think we're going to have that push to the upside. Guys, what's quite interesting about Ethereum, and I want to quickly jump in over here. for a second, is looking at Ethereum here. It literally has this resistance here, guys. So why Ethereum's taking a little bit of time here is because of these closing candles here, which was the previous bull market supports, right? And if you look at that, that's at around the $2,500 mark. So Ethereum's taking its time to get to 2,500, but it's also a very, very, very important resistance. And it's very similar. If you look at the two charts, you know, you first had, and you got to look at it like to Bitcoin, right? We first had the big area over here, which was that $30,000 on Bitcoin, right? It's the big one. And we took our time and we got through it. And then there was one more big one for Bitcoin really to expand, which was that $37,000, $38,000 zone. And it's the same horizontals you're seeing on Ethereum. So there may be a little bit of slow grind here, but guys, the moment Ethereum gets through 2,500 properly, guys, there's no resistance to $3,500, $3,500. That is what I'm calling. That's what I think we're going to go to. I think Ethereum's going to catch up fast. I think people have been bullying Ethereum and all these sort of things, and they've been forgetting about Ethereum. But I'm still seeing a mega Ethereum push to the upside. Okay. Let's jump into a few smaller time frame trades that I'm looking at the moment. Let's go through over here and let's go. Okay, so the one that I still think is highly available at the moment is Phantom. Now, for those who are sober and that are looking for some trades, these ones are available to you, but they're short. Okay, so it means you're taking them, but you're probably TPing out the next 2 weeks. Okay, so just know that if you're sober, you're late. We're already drunk. You know, we're already like 20 tequilas down. You coming in sober and you want to come party with us. Just know that you've entered now close to midnight. So we have a little bit more time with you before we have to pack it up, get ready for the next party next weekend, right? So any trades, if you are brand new and you're taking crypto, firstly, you must put a stop loss. So do Sniper School or go watch my stop loss videos if you don't know them. But you're entering it to make money for a short period now and you're getting out. Very simple. You're too late for investment entries. You're way too late to FOMO in and just hold. Otherwise, you're going to become bag holders. And if you're a bag holder, it means you're going to buy late now and you're going to have to go through 50, 60% of downside before you make money again. And that sucks, guys. We just went through 2 years of that. So don't follow that same routine. But here we go. So Phantom, nice push to the upside. And I'm still seeing a mega push from Phantom to go up. So right now we are doing a nice sort of retracement. There's a little buy zone here at this 49-cent mark. And the better buy zone is at 46 if you get it. But if you also zoom in here, you will see that there's a really nice trend line with many touches that is tracking it down. So this is an area to dip some toes of getting some of your entry. There's a little bit lower. You're not promised that one. But if it goes there, that's an even better place to add some more. But the moment we break this trend, you want to make sure you are in for the push. I'm still seeing a Phantom rally of note, guys. I'm still seeing a big one. It's obviously done really well, but it hasn't had the blow off top yet. So you see a lot of coins slowly grind and then they start to accelerate. And that's what I'm waiting for on Phantom. And my two targets on Phantom, on those, my first one is a shorter to take profit points, which if you're sober, I would do it. It's around 65 cents. But then I do think we are going to go to $1. So I'm looking at the fast acceleration. So Phantom, I'm still seeing some money to be made. Another one here that I just want to get out now quickly before it does break the major trend line is Filecoin. Guys, this might be one of your best trades, especially if we break out here on this weekly over here. If we crack this weekly, which is very close, it's basically indicating I'm never afraid to dip my toes of a coin going into a resistance, right? Because I can put my stops here. If it gets rejected, I know we're going down. But if it breaks through, I know I've caught the big fish, right? Remember, trading's like fishing, right? But here we go. So now we're at this area here. We get through the zone of the 6.2. Guys, I'm seeing Filecoin pump to the areas of 9.4 and I'm seeing $11 on Filecoin. So this for me is still available, still there to make money. So that one's looking good. Another one, I wouldn't go too crazy, but I would slightly dip my toes into it, is Cosmos. We do know there's a lot happening on Cosmos at the moment. And I do think a strong Cosmos season is still coming. I do know we have had a bit of bullishness on it, but if we look here, we're still right outside of the trend break. We've retested it and we're forming a flag at the moment. So me, I'm slightly accumulating a little bit here. And if you look at this flag, I'm looking at us break this flag very soon. It's looking pretty strong as soon as Bitcoin goes bullish to explode. And Cosmos is still one available for me. Non-leverage trade, guys. Non-leverage. This is spot. I believe spots on long-term is majority of the trading you should be doing at the moment. You shouldn't even be trading. You should be buying good things and holding as they explode. But I'm looking at this push up to $16 to $18. So that one's still there. Obviously, again, Doge is still available for me. I'm looking here on the flag Again, remember, I'm still owning Doge. So I got $700,000 long in Doge, DOT, Phantom, Ethereum, and Theta. These are still the ones that I'm holding. As soon as they accelerate fast, I am getting out of this account completely. The only ones that I won't is really, really good entries on my long term. Like if you got Solana at $20, I wouldn't sell it. Like I would sell some of it, but I wouldn't lose that position for the entire bull market. But if you bought it at $70 or $80, it's a possibility it can come back down there and retest, guys. And then you don't want to give away all the money you've just made. So it's just about where your buy is sort of at. But as soon as this accelerates, I am getting out of this portfolio and back into cash or any margin, leverage, any late spot buys, anything like that, I'm erasing on the next push. So Doge, I'm still bullish on. It is breaking an 8-hour flag. So any short-term traders that are looking for some short-term coins to trade, it looks like Doge is one that's looking to wake up pretty soon. So I do see, again, I see Doge. I think it's going to shock everyone quite a bit, but I do think it's going to go between 15 and 20 cents. So I still see Doge as a nice big one. I see a short-term trade coming, possibly available on AVAX, guys. So I don't think AVAX is good to invest in right now, but I do think there can be some nice money to be made for any sober people out there. So here's the trend. Wait for this trend breakout, and my target still, I probably would on some spot take some profits here. Is around $55. And the areas of $65 on AVAX. Yes, guys, I'll update a lot of coins that are already pumping as well. I'm speaking about ones that are available now. Yeah, so Theta is looking good. I wouldn't buy it now, but I do think Theta is going to make its way to 1.7. I'm actually thinking here 2.6, but Theta is looking pretty good. One trade that's available for me now, which I think is really good, is EGLD. A little bit of older tokens at the moment. So what happened with EGLD was obviously in a bear market range for a while. It ranged in this for a very long period, and we finally popped it. We finally got through it, and now we're in the retest zone right now. So what I'm looking at from EGLD here is a strong acceleration, because if I look here on the high time frames on EGLD, I don't see much resistance, which is insane. So if I look here, and we've just popped out here, I'm looking at a strong push from EGLD to $100, if not $120. So this one is still available for me, for those that are tipsy and are sober. This one is looking good. I would protect myself in the regions of around $60 though, just in case there's a melt-up at any point. Just put some sort of stop loss in, even if it's big, just have it there just to protect. But here we go. And there's also a nice trend on EGLD here. So I see EGLD looking strong. Another coin that's going to pump at some point is XRP. So I would just slowly dollar cost in this range. It's only going to be in this pennant for so long. At some point, the XRP army will wake up and we will have a massive XRP explosion at some points. Right now, it's really holding the 61, 62s. And it shows here between 60 and 65 is a really good like dollar costing zone to slowly build your position in these areas over here. And once we get through the areas of 70 cents, I'm seeing the explosion. So one token that still hasn't exploded really strong just yet. And my target for that is $1. So I'm still seeing a nice strong XRP move coming. There's some possibly short-term trades coming on Algo. I won't buy it now, but if you see Algo, it's obviously done really well in the high time frames. But if it pops through there, there's some money to be made. Another coin that I also think is approaching some, I would say, last top-up zone is Cardano. Cardano's made the massive bull flag. It broke out way higher high, retest here, and I'm looking at it break this high over here. And once it breaks this high, I'm looking at the targets. Let's just have a look at targets here. My first target's at 80 cents, and then I got $1.10 to $1.20. So Cardano, for me, I wouldn't go absolutely crazy here. I would more add to my positions. But I would definitely get some Cardano for that. No financial advice. Oh, he did. So I actually want to jump on here. So we spoke to you guys about this easy algo indicator, in-house indicator. Here was your trade yesterday, guys. On the 1 hour, there was the entry. Boom. Target hit. Both targets hit. 1, 2. I got a new one for you guys too. If you like custom indicators and you want these indicators on your TA to help you with entry zones, go below in the description and you can get easy algo. You do pay for it, but it pays for itself. It really does incredibly well. Strong tool. He is saying today is Casper. For short-term traders only. So this isn't you buy and hold, guys. This is you buy, you put your stop loss, you trade, you take profits. Very simple, okay? So here, we're in buy zone right now, the bottom of the zone. Your take profit is here at 10.3 cents. Your stop loss, sorry. Your take profits are here at 12 cents, 13 cents, and 14 cents are your three TP zones. So if you like some trades and you like indicators, You can try it out, or you can try out the trades, and if they're making money, you can go get it. So that is there for you guys. Let's jump back in here. 𝗏𝗡𝗡. Looking good, just sort of building a flag. It actually looks pretty good for maybe some short-term traders. There's a little breakout. But again, 𝗏𝗡𝗡, I'm still seeing a strong push to $1.20 and $1.55, which is my higher sort of targets that I'm thinking. Chainlink, we got it yesterday. Boom, there's our entry. Phenomenal. Great entry yesterday. We got it perfectly. And now Chainlink's exploding. So again, Chainlink's got a little bit of resistance here at $18, and then it's $27. So really, really great to see us getting some good entries. Sol, guys, the only time I'm interested in buying Sol is back at $80. If not $65. That's the only time I'm interested in buying it. But if you got strong bags here, I'll just wait this thing out because there's not much resistance here. And I'm looking at 140 and it may even go to $200. Like this is still looking strong. And right now it's holding. You should only be looking at where do I add? And that's way lower down. Right now, Solana's broken every single structure you can look at and it's looking strong. Another one that's very close to breaking out is obviously GRT. So I would slowly dollar cost here for some higher time frame plays for the strong push to $31 to $32 So that's looking good. I'm waiting for my DOT to also break out of this top range here. Here's it here. It's right there. As soon as DOT can get through that, I'm looking at a $17 DOT. So I'm still holding that pretty strong. Obviously got BNB really ripping right now. BNB, wow. That's a really strong weekly candle on BNB. It's got a bit of resistance at 350, but it's very likely this visits to 400 to 450. We'll speak about cake, correct. What's nice about Uni, yes, we were the only guys that called Uni here. No one was calling Uni, but it exploded strong. It does have a bit of resistance at $9, but again, I just see this thing free flowing to $12. So I'll take my time with this. I still think Uni is looking really strong. Let's look at things like Nia. Nia's getting a little bit tired, but I do think at some point, you got two options here. Nia's either going to come back. Obviously, there's a market correction. It's either going to come back, just put on my thing, come down slightly down to around $3 and then explode, or it's going to cool down at some point here and push those dollars at 5, 6. Remember, $5 to $6 is my TP zones over there. We got Arbitrum. So guys, I want you to pay attention here. I want you to look here. And I want you to see, okay, what's pumping right now? Ethereum's pumping. So all of a sudden, Ethereum-based tokens are looking sort of strong. So you look at Aave, look at things like Lido, Uni, IMX. A lot of these tokens, Arbitrum, a lot of them are waking up pretty strong at the moment. So I'd keep eyes on these tokens if you want to trade them. A lot of them are gone right now. So we called Arbitrum again, really, really, really strong. I still see Arbitrum going. It's sitting, is this all-time highs? What's all-time highs on ARB? Do you know? It must be. No. When did Arbitrum launch?
Last year.
This year? This year. That's it there. Okay, so that's why it's holding up. But again, $2.5 is my target on Arbitrum. So I won't buy now. I'd only buy this at around 1.4, 1.3. But I know a lot of you guys bought, and I'd hold strong for that next push. A lot of people are asking about VET. Wow. She smashed it. Really good. VET, guys, it's got a little bit of resistance here. It might retest at that 3 cent mark, but I still see this going up another 20-30% until I would really focus on TPing out. Injective, it might go more, but if I made insane money, I would TP out a slight at this area now to buy back some more.
Listen, we have only got 1,000 likes from 4,500 people watching.
4,700 people. We need more likes, guys. Hit that like button.
Just click the like button.
Yeah, so if we hit like, 5,000, 6,000 likes on this video, I'll do a show on Saturday. If we don't, then I'm going to go relax. So we did a lot of likes, guys. Hit the like button. Okay, let's speak about cake for a second. Oh, come on, you got this so strong. We call this at 2.4. There goes cake. Obviously, there's a lot happening with Cake and Binance at the moment and BNB. That's why the two tokens are absolutely rallying. But I'm seeing Cake continue to around $4.85 and I'll TP out, guys. Let's speak about why you don't trade meme coins. So let's speak about this. It's an important chat to have, right? Why are we trading meme coins? Let me show you why we don't trade meme coins, why I haven't seen Sheldon trade much meme coins at all this year, except Doge, which I don't know is really a meme coin anymore. This is why I don't trade meme coins. Jeez, look at, I'll pause this thing down. So obviously it did insane gains. It made a lot of millionaires, right? But look at this. Now we're sitting 60% down from the top, and it's about to lose 618, which means it's very likely to come here, which means it's also very likely to come back here. That maybe would be some buys. We'll talk about it then. But right now, guys, I don't know. I got a trend in here. let me just put in my trend here for you. It's still saying a while until this happens for any meme coin lovers. That once you break that trend, I'm interested. Until now, guys, I still see more downside possibly. Let's see. I might buy a little bit if it gets that cheap again. We'll see. But this is why you don't chase pumps, guys. Look at this. Like, do you see why I work my butt off every day to get you guys to buy weekly breakouts and high time frame breakouts? Do you see why I work my ass off? Because when you get here, it's just you get rinsed. There's some people that are literally sitting down 65% from the top. Yeah, let us know. Have you been rinsed by bonk? Let me know. Okay, Bitcoin Cash. Boom, nailed it yesterday. So again, I see Bitcoin Cash not stopping. It does have some resistance at 300, but again, I'm looking at a $400 target price. So I'm holding this one slightly longer. I think we're going to be one of the only ones that really got it strong. Yes, so Bitcoin Cash looking really good. I still think Litecoin, guys, before it breaks this high, I still think Litecoin. Oh, altcoin doesn't matter. Money's going to rotate. Everything's going to pump. It's how it works in this game, right? Everything shifts. You can't tell me if bonk pumps, why will Litecoin not pump? You know what I mean? Like, why? Why are you telling me that these things are? It's not true. So don't get stuck in that trap. So Litecoin, I still think is available. I'd put a stop loss at $70. So it's only 10%, which is not a lot of risk right now, considering where we're at. And I see a mega pump coming to $100 at any point at Litecoin. So that's still one of the big ones for me. Aave, we nailed yesterday. I think there's a little top up if it comes here to like 115, 110, if it comes there. But I'm still seeing a Aave rip. It only just broke out a weekly now. I'm looking this go to $160 to $200. So Aave is still a nice one. Guys, pay attention to the ones that I'm saying are in buy zones and not. Please be very careful. Remember, guys, I saw PBX started to wake up and it's about to possibly break trend. So if you don't have a KuCoin, go below and open a KuCoin account if you want to trade higher risk new tokens. I wouldn't even do 1% of my portfolio, maybe 2%. But this one may break trend very soon. So PBX, still one of my small caps. I'm very much invested in it. I'm still think it's going to do well as SCLP. That's also one. Okay. Optimism. RIP. Absolute rip. Boom. All-time high territory. So what I've done, I want to remind you guys again, if you're in a token that's in all-time high territory and you don't have data, what you want to do is you want to get your Fibonacci and you want to put it in the point of, you could see it made a previous dip before it broke all-time high. You want to take that high to that low on the Fibonacci, and it will give you a few points. So let's just show you. It's very important, guys, because if you go to all-time high territory tokens, it's like, where do you trade them? Like, when do you sell them? Things like that. But these things help a lot to help you DCA out, especially, you know, if you've caught coins that were way before all-time high breaks and they break all-time highs, like, you're making a lot of money. So you got to have some sort of exit strategy. So what you do is, I'll erase this quickly, is you take your Fibonacci again, you take it from the top to the bottom of the previous down leg, and you put it up, and you want to make sure that you have a few tools here. You got your 1618 and your 2618, and these would be your little TP levels over here. So this one's saying the 1.618 is at 4.8. And there's another one for 7. So what I would do here is, if we had to get here and you make great gains, me personally, I'll take 30-40% at this target here, and I'll leave the rest with a strong stop loss, you know, to the upside. And I just want to remind you again that these things are powerful, because if you got injective, we were speaking about it at $12.14, but look how it hit the 1618. And it's a very similar token. We never had much data, came through and exploded through. So it's a really fun tool to use. Another coin that I think might pump hard. What is the synthetics? SNX. So looking like chart-wise phenomenal, right? Because it went through the bull, went through the bear, and went through the sideways, and now it's popping its head. Guys, if this thing gets through here, I have a target of $8. So pay attention here. Actually look at some short-term. You can see it's just starting to break out now. So what I'll do is I'll put my stop loss at around 3.5, a little bit bigger. But as soon as it starts to break through and start to move, then I would move the stop loss up. So if you are anyone that's fighting for entries, the goal number one is you can have a bigger stop loss in the beginning, okay? But the goal is, as soon as it breaks the highs and starts to break through the ranges, is to get that stop loss close to entry, but in a good place, not in a place you're going to get stopped out, okay? 80-something% down from all-time highs. So this for me looks really good. So this would be my entry zones, this would be my protection zones, and my take profit points are here at this area of around $7.5 to $8. So nice gains over there. We saw a few tokens move. Woo. pumping. Woo is also a sponsor of the show, guys. You want a Woo account? Go below. You can see they're absolutely ripping right now. That's looking incredibly strong at the moment. We have things like Lido, very close to all-time high breaks. Is it all-time highs?
Yeah.
Very close. So if this thing decides to pop through here, you know, you can also now put up your tools and see how big this could be. And it says, let's just get this to the top, 4.6. Could be the next target. So obviously it'll have a very big stop loss if you are going to take this current trade, but maybe some small DCA and start building. I know Lido is obviously a good token. There's a lot to come. I'm going to be that guy, bro. If Ethereum is going to rip, Ethereum Classic is going to rip even more. Like, that's where I'm at. I've traded this market. I've seen it before. And for me, you know, again, am I going to hold this token as a long term? No. Am I going to use it to make money? Yes. So this is just broken out. It's about to break these highs. Let's look at a little bit of short-term analysis here. Your stop loss would be $20 now. So it's also not bad. It's around 12%, 12 to 15%. But as soon as it breaks this high, guys, I'm seeing 33 as short TP. High TP, I'm seeing 45. So Ethereum Classic always runs when ETH runs. I don't know what they have with each other, but it does definitely spark and move quickly. This is one that's only breaking highs now. So this is one that's also possibly available there for you guys. I'm actually quite interested. So you said 60% of people are tipsy. Okay, so what that means, I want to quickly clarify this. So if you're tipsy, you are getting ready. You're about to have a few more shooters and you're about to get drunk. So as soon as you get drunk, you need to have the Uber ready and you need to have a few mates that are around that are going to help you get home. Okay, so start preparing for that. You got to look at the stages now. Okay, if you're sober, your next stage is going to be tipsy and then drunk. Okay, if you tipsy, you're about to get drunk. So start preparing for what happens next and how we get you safe. So again, 2, 3, 4 weeks, I'd say 2 to 3 weeks of strong gains and start focusing on getting to your safer assets. I'm getting into Bitcoin and into ETH. We'll speak about it. I'll be doing shows by the time that happens. I'm actually doing one more show, maybe 2. And then I got the bachelors in Thailand. Yeah. Bachelor party in Thailand. Then I'm out for 7 days. I will be dropping exchange tutorials and a bunch of education and stuff. But then I'm out. So guys, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Love you all. Just, are you sober? Are you tipsy? Are you drunk? And start preparing for the next levels. I've given you guys many different more trades again today. Filecoin is pumping at the moment, looking really good. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all on Saturday.